Hello, good afternoon. All right, I'm just getting everything set up and we will rock and roll. Oh my goodness, I think I'm a little dark. Actually, I'm okay today. Just getting the screens all set up properly. Today, I'm also going to show you, sorry, my good buddy Gary reminded me that I need to say you. So thank you, Gary. Let's flip this around. Just setting up the different screens up here. And I will put this up here as well. All right, we will simply go from that screen today. And I'm pulling up the chat on my other computer. Wow, I really did something I didn't mean to do. All right. Opening up the chat on the other computer. Just finished teaching all about IPOs, floats, and stock splits and short squeezes in the training pit. If you all are curious about learning more about low float, dark pools, thank you. Wall Street Broker, thank you for the compliment. And check out XLWS $7 warrants, huge. All right, we will check that out today. And I'm pulling up, you're going to see me here twice for a second. And we will change that screen. I'm going to show my other desktop for you all today. All right, so why do I have Trade Ideas up? They are having their 25% off sale into the new year, and I will give you the link to check it out. The code actually is down below in the chat section, so check that out as well. You will definitely love it. I personally do. In my opinion, my favorite stock screening software. And here it also has an algorithm with Holly AI. The aggressive not doing so well today, but the moderate Holly Neo I find has been the top performing one. Then you have a channel bar that you are able to set up. I've got gappers up scans, gappers down scans. If you end up investing in Trade Ideas at all, please let me know and I'd be happy to share all of my links with you. How much is the monthly? You know what, Wall Street Stockbroker, that is the link. I just want to make sure. Yeah, if you go, you can see Old Lang Syne. Here, I'll put it in the chat as well. The 25%. Happy New Year. What time is it for you, Kawa? That's the discount promo code. So if you click on that link, it will show you the monthly cost. Here's the thing. With Trade Ideas, if you were to buy a monthly now, you make enough money to pay for the annual, you can upgrade with an anytime. So yes, Happy New Year to you, Kawa. How is the new year? Oh, no, wait. You're behind us. You're not on the other side of the date line. So you still have another rest of the day to the new year. So if you were to purchase Trade Ideas today, and then after the 29th day, you're like, you know what, I love this, my monthly is amazing, I made so much money, I can buy the annual, they will honor that 25% into your annual. So I love this software. And also, not Trade Ideas, but TrendSpider is also having a sale as well. But we don't need to look at that unless you guys want to see it. They are 25% off through tomorrow. Trade Ideas is 25% off through Monday. You may need help setting it up, but you will use, awesome. Yeah, if you guys need help, happy to help. I have a video as well on how I use Trade Ideas, but happy to do another one. If you guys, a couple people end up liking it, I can do a live one as well and really help a bunch of people, like on a Saturday, set it all up. So we have the SPY today really going sideways. This is the 24-hour chart. This is the volume weighted, anchored volume weighted average price from yesterday. It is acting as resistance right now. Let's take this one and add it to the day prior. Okay, that is above us as well. So all of the volume from December 28th till now is above us. That is not, in my opinion, looking very bullish. I did tell you guys yesterday I purchased some protection on my longer term investments, and I'm waiting to see if we hold up here. Are we going to close below 371.20? Come back down. You guys know I like my 425 on the 45-minute chart. So that is all the way down here. When we look at this big spike day, that's roughly 369.20. I would use that as a target, potentially to the downside for the shorts. And I have to get used to working on this side. All right, so also the Qs starting to look like we have a bit of that curl over. Ah, nice. Very nice, Wall Street broker. Well, I hope it works out for you. And I hope it works out for me too in protecting my longer term positions. Also, my dad called me yesterday. Hey, Jane, it feels like it's a little top heavy here. Well, he wasn't being out of sorts, right? Looking at this box now, we come back over, we can extend this over a couple of days. We shot up just for a little bit, and now we're testing this trend line. Will this continue back down to the downside? If we look at the Dow Jones Industrial Average as well, top 30 stocks, same scenario. Now, is this going to hold up here as support? We have a bit of a doji day, not a lot of movement on it at the moment. Will this break down to the downside? So I'm really watching these big time. Also VXX being the fear indicator. Never ever recommend trading this at all. Use it as a tool. It is a measurement of the buying of puts on the S&P 500. So looking for this to potentially break above that 1860. That to me, VIX above 1860, SPY below 364.80, and the Dow Jones below over here 298.50. Bear trade, potential correction in the market. Looking at the technical analysis, it might not happen today. It might happen in the first week of January. It might happen in the second week of January. And a happy new year to you guys too. I forgot, I got the New Year's fireworks up in the background. Very excited to celebrate. Goodbye 2020. Hello 2021. So looking at, that was a 3-bar bearish reversal on APL at yesterday's close. Let's see. For Apple or APL? Thanks Asif. Yes, guys, we got 17 people watching right now. Please hit that like button. If you like the live stream, I do set this up to help you guys and to also talk things out as well for myself. So looking at silver going into the new year, we hit resistance here, pulled back. We have a bit of a downward trend line. Is this going to pull back all the way back down to 22.98 and then continue to the upside? There is a possibility for that to happen, right? They tested it once here, came back twice. Maybe it will come all the way back down to 23.36, but it might not. It might simply pull back here and then shoot up, test 25, come back, test the downward trend line, and then catapult up. Thanks. Thank you guys for all the positive support. All right, let's also look at Gld Gold. I'm not so much into Ego, pulled back. I did take a little bit off of my position with Ego, pulling back from the trend line. And we'll look at Apple too, and we'll look at Macy's as well. So gold today, rocking it to the upside, really was not able to break above 178. Over here, look at the daily. We are hitting this exponential moving average. Will we close back below 177.56? I have a shorter term put and a longer term call. Bullish in the long term, short term, bit bearish. If it comes back and tests down here, then it could potentially break out to the upside. The confirmed breakout for this move is if we can close above the high of this candlestick, which is 178.06. Today is a very big day. We touched above it. However, there were sellers that stepped in. So we need to see it close above 178.06 for that full-on confirmation of the upward trend out of this triangle. Also, USAS. I did talk about this as well. Very much like this. Some other people do too. I did take some off once we came up and we started to drop back down. When it broke back down below 330, I took off some profit. This is now that first test. Been in this since 265, patiently waiting for this to move to the upside. It did, tested, and it's a little bit more higher risk so far up at 330. So I took a little bit of profit off today. Can always add it back in, but looking at that risk management. Now with Tesla as well, let's look at Tesla. I had Tesla on and I gave it a 715 target, and I took profit yesterday. Said this is a potential short for me when it broke down below here. I know I had some haters on Twitter. They're like, why would you possibly short it? And well, I was shorting it because it was showing that it was having a downward trend. Then once it came back and broke 700, got out. My anticipated move is for it to shoot up thrust day, come back down. Roughly 663 is where I'd like to get in at the bottom bound, the bottom support of this upward wedge. I'm still in 25% of my holdings. I'm not upset. Looking at the risk, I had roughly $5 to $10 to the upside or $40 to the downside for it to pull back. So I took some profit off, right? It's never a bad thing to take profit off. When you take everything off and then it goes up, you can be a little upset. But if you take off most of it, guess what? My money is still working for me. I'm not upset about this. I'm never going to be a perfect trader, and it's something to really remember that we're human. The chart told me yesterday it was touching this upward bound. I took off the profit. I'm not upset. I followed my trading plan. All right, Apple. So let's look at, Apple is looking bearish. Mark, what I see is that this is bouncing off of the 8 EMA. So I would like that confirmation that we close below. This could still come up. It could do one of these. We come down. It looks like three black crows. We might come up and then another move down. Testing this area right here, 133.60 from the bottom, having it reject there would be more of the confirmation for me that this is moving to the downside. On the 45-minute chart with my 425, I know you love that one too. Looks like we do have some volume that came into it down here at 132 area. So I turned off my 425. Here we go. Oh no, there it is. 128.45 down here. So we still have a ways to the downside before I put on that bear hat completely. Oh my goodness, what is going on? I've got people that are ringing the doorbell. We've got a smart doorbell where I can see the video so that, hey, if I'm home alone, I don't answer it. Unfortunately, that's what the world has come to, right? We don't want to, especially if it's me with the girls, I protect them and myself. All right, so Apple. Any other questions, Mark, about Apple? Right now it's coming back up on the 45-minute 161. Yeah, ding dong. No, it's not ring. It's not actually ring. We have it through ADT. All right, so we looked at Apple. We looked at Tesla. Let's check out Microsoft as well, because Microsoft is one of the top holdings as well into the SPY. If it starts to curl back to the downside, we might say, yeah, we'll check out Amazon. I did take some profit off of Amazon as well. Same scenario, testing. Looking at these, maybe this is going to be a bull flag. In hindsight, we might say that, but I would rather take off profit as we start to see these moving averages curl over than wait for it to get exponentially worse. And then next thing you know, we have a big down day. Boom, it comes back down here. 214, awesome. Maybe I'll jump in there, right? So looking at this is not looking strong. We are the middle of the day. Today is a full trading day. The market does not close at 1 o'clock. It will be closing at 4, close tomorrow. So remember that. So Microsoft looking like it's coming to the downside as well. Let's go to my SPY holdings right here. All right, so Microsoft not looking good. Apple not looking good. Amazon. Let's check it out. Again, hit this. I took my profit today. I should have taken it yesterday. And then looking to get back in. If we test this box over here and bounce, I'll get back in around 31.46. Not a problem. Happy to do that. Still, what I like to do is the money that I put in, I will take out so that I leave the profit. I will hold on to that amount in partial shares, full shares, whatever it is. I keep the profit and let that grow. So that no matter what, I always have a position in this stock. If it starts to go below my original entry, that would be my exit, right? But I'm looking to hold it longer term with those profits. Ones like Amazon, Tesla, Apple, Microsoft. Overall, in the longer term, I do feel bullish on it. If they start to really turn down to the downside, I personally will get out at my break even and continue to grow that account and that holdings. All right. Facebook as well, flat on the day, does not look very strong. Do you see this buy at 385 by February 2021? Let's look at this. Wall Street broker notes, equity. So if we look at the broad market, we could see that it catapults up to 385. Let's go. We need to go to the second page here. Sorry if I make you guys dizzy. It is on the second page. And it's about halfway down or all the way down. So looking at this, we have this downward turn, normal, and then we tend to go up into that first week. How far up this will go, I couldn't tell you. Wall Street stockbroker notes. However, looking at February, what day in February was your strike? It looks like we might top out in January. We've had that big box. Hey, maybe we test that box and we bounce up. Great. Not sure how quickly 385 will happen. The first, right? So looking at this, it looks like potentially we come back to where we were at the end of the year. Maybe the first week of January, if we don't hit it there, maybe I would personally wait until maybe middle of March and then get back in full long and strong. Also, if I see the big volume coming into it and the chart shows me. But seasonality right now is showing that we have another potential bump up coming that first week of January, and then we might have to get ready with the bear hats, right? But tonight, it's the New Year's hat. I should have got my New Year's. Oh, I have it over there. I won't annoy you guys with that. Sound makers, there you go. So let's also look at Google and see what's the health, right? What are the health of these stocks? What's the picture that's setting up for them? The big names, Johnson & Johnson. Hey, we just got approved, right? And surprisingly, it's still going up with that approval. Yeah, check out all the information that you can look at and see. Berkshire Hathaway. All right. You guys see that we're setting lower highs here on some of these big names? Not all of them. We have a fairly extreme right here. Looks like it broke today. Procter and Gamble. Ooh, not looking so strong there. I'm going to get rid of those wicks right there. Those candles. Yeah, it's really coming down here. The 50 simple moving average is really looking like that's acting as a resistance here, here, here. And that's not JP Morgan. Let's check out the banks. All right, JP Morgan is up above this box. Another little resistance area right here. United Health. looks like it's setting up. These are all the top stocks in the S&P 500. Let's quickly go through as well Dow Jones Industrial Average. All right, so we've got Apple here. We've been looking at Apple. More of a downward turn. United Health, Home Depot. Let's check out Home Depot. I got to reassess, and Home Depot not looking that pretty, right? That 50 simple moving average, we're below it, not that healthy. It's coming down. We've got a descending wedge. Goldman Sachs, probably to the upside as the banks are. Yep, banks are fairly strong. Goldman Sachs is as well right here. Let's draw this. So Goldman Sachs a bit extended. It could come back down here to 257. Microsoft we already did. Visa, let's look at all the big names, right? Visa pulling back a bit here. And we have another more shallow. Ah, thank you. All right. So look at Boeing. Boeing, you guys know I saw it up here. Boom. Let's take this. Let's readjust this. It's not in an upward trend anymore. This is definitely in a downward trend. Corrective period. Opened up above, dropped lower. Let's check out McDonald's. McDonald's not looking so pretty either, huh? Could come up here and still test it at 218. Let's do this too. 50 simple moving average, also acting as resistance there. I need to turn on the magnet. All right, M&M. Makes me hungry for some M&Ms. How about you guys? What do you guys think? I was asked to do a channel on Benzinga all about cryptos. Hey Sal, good evening. All right, Johnson & Johnson. Oh, let's see. I'm messing around with this because I don't, what can I do here? I've got to play around with the settings. Johnson & Johnson we did. Caterpillar is up today. However, Caterpillar seems like we have a bit of a downward. We have what looks like potential pennant right there. Yeah, sweetie bee. For sure. Walmart as well. We think you should do it on Benzinga. Yeah, they were talking to me about that, about doing 5 days a week, like 20-minute show. And definitely a potential. You've been monitoring Amarin on the daily chart. It looks like it's currently moving in a range. We'll check at it. You certainly educated the Benzinga audience last night. Thanks, Mark. So I'm just going through right now. I mean, if these are the top 30 stocks, what are you guys seeing? Are you seeing a trend here for these top 30 stocks as the market has been hitting highs? It's either about to super scream higher. Ah, yes. Good call. You know what? I don't like being my own self-cheerleader. I don't know. I've been like, I'm more modest, I think. Personally. Let's check out Disney. So, on that note, if you guys like the live stream, please hit like and subscribe. That was a good segue, right? So Disney, I don't know where this came from. It's kind of funny. Disney's looking good. Disney's more in the electronic space, streaming, ESPN. I have Disney for my girls. Nike, potential corrective wave here. You're definitely modest. You don't realize how stunning you are. Aw, thank you. Thank you so much. You know, there used to be a time when I would cry when I got a compliment. Comes from being virtually invisible to my family. Some of the people that have the most difficult struggles in life are the most appreciative and the most helpful. We'll leave it at that. So JP Morgan. All right, so let's look at Macy's. We went over Apple. We went over Macy's. Well, now we're going over Macy's. So Macy's, yes, looks right here, and we will check Amarin too. Macy's looks like it's sort of trading in a range as well. Up here, down to 1030, up to 12. Maybe it's on that downward wave down. And we'll see it move to down to the bottom level. All right, Amarin. Yeah, Amarin just looks like it's just sort of, well, we'll draw it out. Why don't we not think and see what the chart's telling us? Less thinking, more letting the chart dictate. I see that it's trading sort of in this ascending triangle right now. So, did it freeze for you guys on your end? There we go. Who brought Amarin up? I'm looking back here, guys. Amazon. I swear somebody mentioned Amarin. There we go. Salve. Yeah. So Salve, looking at it. Thank you so much, Wall Street broker, stockbroker. All right. So right here, it's testing 485. Maybe, let's do a little measurement. 129. Maybe we see this. I'm not really a fan of pharmaceuticals. Once it breaks down, not looking good. 129. Maybe you see this down to 350 in the new year if it continues and it breaks down below that trend line. So I'd look for $1.30 potentially to the downside there if it moves. Let's see. Thank you. Yeah, slowly but surely, it's growing. Everybody spreading a positive word definitely helps as well. All right, so Amarin and Macy's. Do you guys have any other ones? We can check out my list for today. I'm still working on my website. It's the most frustrating thing, but that's why I'm not a website developer. So know that for everybody, once I get it all worked out, whoever is already a subscriber will be able to get an extra month for free. Chris? Yeah. All right. Let's go to Chris. So Chris, it looks like a nice flag, right? Do you guys see this? I mean, I see it right here. No, I don't want it up there. I want it like right here. It doesn't want to. It wants to draw it right to we have a bit more Oxy. Yeah, we'll look at Oxy. So it's kind of a megaphone right now. We had a megaphone on Apple and it was testing and testing, and then it broke up to the upside and was using the upper bound of the megaphone. So Chris looks like it is in the same way. Biotech, I'm not crazy about biotechs. However, using this bottom bound, yeah, everything's monetizable, sure. I would look for 750 to hold, and then potential target up here, roughly 860. It looks like it's, sort of bouncing around between the two areas. Oxy in the oil sector. Oil, if you look back at the oil futures over the long picture, are just boom, like they're just imploding. So oil stocks, obviously the draw was bigger than expected yesterday on oil numbers, and seeing that, surprised that this didn't really affect Oxy as much. Is the whole market pulling back? Yeah, it's starting to pull back a little bit. Seems like this is in a downward trend, bounced up, getting stuck by the moving averages. Would watch this further to see if it can break 17 to the downside for a potential downward trade. Potentially entering down here $15, that would be a number that would stick in my head, or a little bit further down at 1470. And MIK. So MIK today looks like 13 is a strong resistance over here on the daily. Would need to break 13 strong to the upside. And then it's a little bit extended away, 1250. So I'd put 13 and 1250. Watch those levels in my opinion. And let's go to my list as well for today. So I had gold on there for potential long. Well, it sort of went sideways. Tesla. Tesla, I was off on it. I already went over it a little bit, but I like this longer term for the new year, all the way up to 1,000. So I will look for a re-entry. This candlestick right here looks like a nice reversal. Big volume. Then we have a long leg doji. Would love to see this come back down. Boom, break below 705 and continue down to the bottom down there. Back at my potential entry. I'm going to move this here now. Anchored VWAP. It's 666.31. Who is possibly ringing the doorbell? Also, NNDM, this one's for Kyle. If you're watching, Kyle, this one was for you. It made it on the list today. And a short, breaking down from 980. Buoy right here. Another short today. A lot of short trades. NEO, however, had a nice little bit of a long trade and then came back down. Baba had this as a potential long. Nope, didn't want to. Short, actually I had on my short list. BHP, also copper. Yeah, we'll do that. Copper and gold, I want to say, in the mining sectors. All of the gold stocks are coming back. It seems like back down to a support area. This could potentially move to the upside. However, everything is feeling like it wants to roll over. So being cautious with that. Took some profit out of my gold positions, looking for a re-entry lower. So it felt like it was a bit extended yesterday. Took some profits and then a bit more today. PLTR. This is now starting to look fairly heavy, like it's about to roll over as well. Oh, thank you. Everything's monetizable. Right there. And let's see. Let's look at home. Zoom as well. So Zoom coming down, testing that trend line. You see that? It's testing it today. Is today going to be the day that it holds it, or will it drop further? That could be a big movement to the downside if it really drops further. And American Airlines as well. So American has been in this bit of a descending movement here. We came down, bounced up. Maybe we're going to have a C leg down to roughly 1420. And we'll check out home, and then I'm going to go for lunch and call it a day. Spending the day with the nuggets. That's what I call them, my little love nuggets. That's my girls. All right. So home, I see it having a tough time breaking the trend right here. And that 50 is curling over on the daily. Not something that you want to see. You don't want to see it curling down, right? You want to see it curling to the upside. We have the 50 curling down, the 20 curled down over the 50 here. Not looking the best. There might be a correction coming for the market for stocks. I also see a bit of a head and shoulders, actually. Do you guys see that? Big volume on the left side, over here, all the way at the top, and then came up here as well. Neckline is roughly $13 or $14 right here. Do you guys see that as well? So have an amazing New Year's Eve, everybody. I will see you next year. I will be taking off tomorrow, but I do have a video coming out about my top stocks that I'm looking at for the year in 2021, just 5 stocks really. And if you guys ever have any questions, thank you. If you guys ever have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me at jane@cjanetrade.com. Still working on the website again. However, likely going to have an amazing sale tomorrow. I will post it out on Twitter too. So if you don't follow me on Twitter, it's Airplane Jane. And also, if you guys see anything that looks like a fake account, please let me know. Just shoot me a message on social media. I have a lot of fake accounts out. I don't have fake accounts out there. Correction. There are a lot of scammers using my information as a fake account to try to extort money from people. So please be cautious. Do your due diligence if anybody messages you. I only have one Instagram and I only have one Twitter account and only one Facebook and only one YouTube account. All right. So that's it. Have an amazing evening. And all right, Wall Street stockbrokers, I will check it out. Thanks so much. Have a great day, guys. See you in the new year.